Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much, Mr. Lungu, and congratulations to Mr. Gheorghe Ștefan's team for this great event. And they brought us together in such an interesting discussion today. I'm happy that what we are missing now in the energy sector, as Eric explained, is this ANA. We need to find the ANA to make our policies more sustainable. I'm afraid it's a little bit more complicated than this, but a very nice comparison. And just to close this remark here, there is a total contradiction between the new energy law and the OG, the emergency ordinance, that is expanding the gas network. And these two laws should have been aligned, some time ago. But okay, so about the gas, natural gas, it's has an important role in this transition process, and we will rely on gas for the next 20 to 30 years. Romania's priority must be to build new energy generation capacities, especially from renewable sources, as well as to modernize transmission and distribution systems. Modernization of the distribution and transmission systems also means the development and the implementation of digital technologies that allow the development of innovative solutions and integration of the energy sector. Attention must also be paid to new storage capacities, given the prospects for increased hydrogen use and gas potential. The Integrated National Plan for Energy and Climate shows that for the next 10 years, Romania would need investments of over 22 billion euros, out of which about 10 billion should be channeled into networks, and 12 billion into power plants, another 800 million into steam boilers. There are, of course, ambitious projects here, and I can assure you that the private sector and E.ON company in Romania, as one of the major energy company, is interesting to contribute to this energy investment policy. I apologize. So E.ON's investment objectives are to modernize, expand, and digitalize the networks and services offered. Since the entering of the market in Romania, E.ON invested almost 1.8 billion euros. And for the period 2020-2023, we have on the pipeline projects of 375 million euros. Of course, the pandemic has slowed down a little bit the activity overall, but I think we are in line with projects. On the natural gas side, we modernized about 50% of the network, and we also are looking at expanding this. By 2023, we will invest another 165 million euros in the natural gas network, mainly for the replacement of pipelines and connections, network expansion, and metering, especially, of course, the smart metering we're talking about now. We have developed our own concept of a smart gas network, and we have a pilot project financed by E.ON in a city near Blaj. We also intend to develop IT applications, for example, for network elements to integrate automated elements in future networks, and for smart metering. And here we are relying on EU funds. Digitization and digitalization is very important both for the network, but also for the relationship with our clients. And we saw an increasing number of communication and requests already submitted by online facilities by our clients. Also, what I would say that that's a huge need to encourage the development of digitalization of the energy sector. Specific regulatory mechanisms should be predictable and stable, providing real incentives both for capital investment and for operational expenditures. And the recognition of new instruments in innovative technologies within the regulated tariff, it must be complete. Also, rules for EU funds investments should be reconsidered. For example, by allowing full depreciation of such assets based on EU grants. This is the solution applied by Czech Republic and Poland, for example, in order to accelerate the use of EU funds in distribution networks. But what about hydrogen? Because we discussed about hydrogen a lot today, and it's normal in the current context. And I want to highlight the significant experience E.ON global-wide has in hydrogen technologies. And E.ON recently joined a new European Alliance for Clean Hydrogen and aims to contribute to the rapid development of a hydrogen-based economy. We have a pilot project in Germany exploring the potential uses of hydrogen, and we can contribute to the development of this alliance. For example, we have this smart port project in which E.ON is building a hydrogen network in Rhineland-Palatinate community in Germany. Green electricity will be converted to hydrogen through electricity gas technology. It is then distributed in a microgrid and can later be used to power buses or to generate heat. We have some other projects started in Schopsdorf in Germany also. And we want to increase the use of hydrogen here to 20%. It means that for Romania, we really need to adopt a hydrogen strategy as a part of the energy strategy, to develop a national action plan, to develop good laws and norms and standards and instruments that would make all these investments in hydrogen possible in the even in the near term. But my last point of my intervention today would be about predictability and transparency of the legislative process. And we now have a new, modified energy law. It's the law 123 in 2012 was modified recently by law 155. And we have to say that it was adopted in a non-transparent manner. It was not subject to any public consultation, and any impact study was, no impact study was performed. And we envisage some serious negative effects. There are several points we have to mention here about this new law. First of all, we see a sanctioning regime, which is totally disproportionate. We see a sort of a new tax or levy. We don't understand what is it exactly on supply, although the market was liberalized. So we don't understand the concept of windfall profit tax when a market is liberalized. And there are some other provisions in the law that, as I repeat, are making the law really unfunctional and are creating more problems than solving current problems. We are fully available to contribute to the efforts to clarify and amend the legislative framework. I really want to highlight the need of a real, genuine dialogue, a fair treatment of investors, of private investments. And this is the only way the private investment could take place, and we can innovate and help to a cleaner and stronger energy sector. Thank you.